tracks in MTV. Now I synchronize the MPC, so this strap genuine like OMG. Yo, LOL, old school, I'm so PC. See the mic, I gotta grab it, OCD. You're playing the odds when you face the mob. See the guard raising the ball, happy y'all just don't get it. I'm hard to paint when involved, and again I might roll up in the tank dog, ain't no limit. GOH, haters get DDT. These vets ain't what they used to be. It's funk jock in
today's matchup, we've got a pair of wide receivers who certainly want to be targeted throughout the game. It's Smith's Ravens going up against Bryant's Cowboys. So let's go down to Baltimore, Maryland, where Jim and Phil are on the call.
Cowboys, Ravens, coming up on EA Sports as we come to you from Baltimore, Maryland for today's game.
Hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms. And Phil, it's an absolutely gorgeous day here for football. And how will that factor into this game?
It's always a factor, Jim, when you have good weather. Now you can call anything. It's a complicated game. There's no you have good weather.
And Dan Bailey is ready now to get this one underway.
The Ravens are back deep, ready to return the kickoff.
This game is underway. Webb's got a chance for a return. And the tackle's made right around the 25-yard line. Taking the field now at quarterback, the man with one of the biggest arms in the league. He can throw a deep ball as well, if not better than anyone else in football. Talking about quarterback Joe Flacco.
I think we've seen many times you give Joe Flacco some protection, give him some weapons to throw the football to, and he can flat get it done. Still one of the best downfield throwing arms in the NFL.
First down at the 25. And the sack belongs to Mincy.
There's a couple ways to get to the quarterback. Run over the tackle or run around him. It doesn't matter as long as you get the sack.
Flacco standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap.
The pass doesn't find a mark. In 2014, he went from journeyman to star player. Keep an eye on running back Justin Forsett.
Yeah, if you talk about a player that just came out of nowhere and was outstanding, that is Justin Forsett, and he just knows how to run and pick up those extra yards every single play.
The Ravens need to get to the 35 to pick up a first. Flacco flings it way down the field. Phil, that's one of the best one-handed catches we've seen all year, isn't it?
Jim, that's one of the best. You don't see many this outstanding. And these wide receivers, if they can't get two hands on the football, they've taught themselves over time just to go up and stretch as far as they can and get that one hand on it. And it is amazing how many times they make the catch. The post route, deep down the field, going towards the goalpost. It's not called enough in this league. Nice throw by the quarterback.
First down here. They're back at the line after that catch for a first down.
They'll go ground.
Slashing to the right side. They tackle him at the 26-yard line.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
The Ravens snap it up at the 26.
Wide to the left.
Tackle's made, and that'll move the chains.
You're running back in this league and you pick up first downs and you don't fumble the football, I promise you one thing, you're going to get more carries.
Joe Flacco will take it right from the center. First down at the 18. White's all over the ball carrier.
Too easy. There we go.
We've got a player down, so we'll step aside and be back in just a moment.
Stepping up to the line of scrimmage, the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys with a nickel look here on defense. From the gun, Flacco. Rashad Perriman has the football. That picks up 11.
Well, I guess the best thing to say there, Jim, is they completed a pass, but it still did not get a first down.
Third and 3. Looking across the middle. And it's Rolando McClain who makes the stop.
Jim, the defense gives up the first down that time inside the red zone, but there's only so many things the offense can do. Let's see if they can hold them.
Let's go now to Danielle Bellini, who has the injury update.
Guys, I just spoke with a Cowboys official. There's not a big concern with the injury at this point, so guys, he'll be ready to go back in the game as soon as he gets the thumbs up from the coaching staff.
As we set now the defense, it'll be calling on a number of times today. Cornerback Brandon Carr.
Yeah, when they picked up Brandon Carr, this Cowboy defense in free agency, he is not disappointed. He's made some big plays, won games by covering the other team's best receiver. He is an awesome defensive back.
Second and goal from the 7. Trying to plow ahead.
When you get third and goal, a lot of times it just comes down to who's willing to fight the hardest. We'll find out here in a second.
This has been a long drive so far. Third and goal at the 4. What a first series. Touchdown. As we get near the end of the opening quarter, they've grabbed the lead with that touchdown.
Yeah, things have been rough so far, haven't they? It's been fun to watch. Each team is being very competitive and physical, but that's a nice thing to do, to score that touchdown and get a lead here late in the first.
The Ravens kicking team comes out now as the offense takes a break, and they deserve one after going down the field, mainly through the air with over 70 yards passing. Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23. Taking the field at quarterback, the NFL record holder for most passing yards, the first 100 starts of a career, Tony Romo.
Tony Romo, probably one of the top 5 quarterbacks when it comes to movement in the pocket. He moves around and slides to find that extra time to throw the football. Then he's deadly with that arm.
First down at the 23. Going for the home run. Tough catch.
Nothing like a receiver who can just put his head down and go after the football. That's what he did that time. Nice throw by the quarterback. Watch the receiver at the last second, looks up and makes the catch.
Here's the handoff to Darren McFadden. As we set now the offensive lineup, one of the most physical wideouts in the league is Des Bryant.
You know, you said it right, Jim. He is a very physical wide receiver. And what really impresses me about Des Bryant, when you go watch the Cowboys practice, he is running and working harder than anybody else on the football field.
And the second quarter is underway with this snap. Looking long. Catches the ball on the sideline, but does not get both feet down. You knew this was going to happen, and the coach disagrees with the call on the field.
There's no question he caught the ball, but there is a question whether or not he got both feet in bounds.
Well, first off, you want to make sure it's a clean catch on the sidelines. Does he have possession of the football? And then once you declare he has possession of the football, let's look down at both feet, see if they're in bounds, and don't forget, you must maintain possession of the football as you go to the ground.
The coach's challenge is not answered. The play on the field will stand.
Yeah, that's a tough. I think if it was up to me in this situation in the game, I would not have challenged, knowing those timeouts, how important they are. We'll see if that lost timeout comes back and hurts him.
Romo's on the move. Bailey set now to attempt the field goal. And it's a fake. And it's knocked down.
I like the idea that time. They had the fake field goal pass on. It had everybody fooled, but it's hard to throw that pass in a situation like this. Who's throwing it? It's not the quarterback. Shame it didn't work.
The Ravens will take the snap from the 30.
And they bring him down at the 33-yard line.
This is one good tackling defense. They stay in good position at all times, and we saw it that time, and they stopped the play for a short gain.
The Ravens take it from the 33. He runs with it right up the gut. As we see the rushing numbers, obviously this team isn't going to complain about leading, but I think that you look at the numbers a little deeper and you have to say, wait a minute, we need to control the tempo of this game more. We've got to get our running back going.
I think that's the number one thing when you look at this offense, Jim. Don't abandon the running game. I think you've got to keep trying. You got to keep the defense honest. And if you do that, it gives just a better chance to win the game, of course.
The Ravens have it at the 34.
A nice grab. No doubt he was going to hold on to that one.
That's a really good throw and catch, and they get the first down, Jim. That's what you want to do. Pick up that first down. Now you give your offense 3 more opportunities.
They come to the line of scrimmage. First down.
Flacco's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Rashad Perriman, the ball is fumbled. The offense was able to recover the ball.
Nice job by the offense that time. Even though they fumbled the football, quick enough and smart enough to get on it right away.
After nearly turning it over, it's second down.
The Cowboys lined up in the nickel.
Pitta's got it. First down.
Flacco is able to show off the footwork. Wow, what a good job. Look at those feet. Like a dancer. Gets himself in very good position to throw the football.
Flacco's completion percentage, 80% on the day. The line of scrimmage, the 43-yard line.
This will probably be the last play before the 2-minute warning. First and 10. Here's the handoff. And now we reach the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. Now as we come back to the field, following the 2-minute warning, we've got a defense trying to hold strong and not allow this lead to balloon any further. Second down and 9. They're setting up screen. And it's Rolando McClain who makes the stop.
Well, you can't play man-to-man, Jim, every single play. Every once in a while, you got to throw in the zone. That's what they did this past play. Hey, it was a good idea. It just didn't work.
The football sits at the 42-yard line.
The Ravens have to get to the 33 for a first. 3rd and 9. Screen. Forsett with the reception. He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
This team, one of the better tackling teams in the NFL, and they play the situation perfectly. They give up the short completion. They come up and make the tackle. Now we have a 4th down.
They're set to punt it away now. No chance to return this one as that punt is headed to the sidelines.
The Cowboys offense getting ready to start this drive. I'm sure they're having a hard time letting go of what happened last time when they had the football across midfield and field goal range and failed to come away with any points.
Look, I like the fact that they went for it on 4th down. What I disagree with was the play call. It was it didn't give the quarterback enough options, and that's why it failed.
But you still agree that they should have gone for it?
Absolutely.
Romo's running away from the pressure. The defender able to knock it away.
Romo's able to get outside the pocket that time, and it's a good job getting outside the pocket, but there's nowhere to throw it, and the pass is incomplete.
3rd down. Romo's gonna scramble into the open, and he's tackled down after picking up the first. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. The Cowboys have it at the 34. Romo's taking off. And Webb nearly picks off that throw. That'll do it for the first half. We'll be sending you to Larry Ridley back in our studios as we continue with the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Larry, looking sharp back in that studio. Thank you for that. And now we're ready to get the 3rd quarter underway as these teams take the field. Upshaw's there that time for the tackle. That return's good for about 34. The Cowboys will use a timeout here early in the 2nd half. First down at the 37. Romo's brought down after picking up just a yard. This will be 2nd down. Romo stepping back into the shotgun. Romo's going to take off with it. Lewis is going to make the tackle. Well, Romo is so dangerous when he decides to take off with it, and we saw it on that occasion.
Tony Romo doesn't want to run with the avenues away from him from throwing the football down the field. He'll take off, and he can still get it done.
Scans the field. And that reception goes to Dez Bryant. That's his first reception today.
The Cowboys did a good job that time picking up the first down. Listen, you keep looking to pick up those first downs, and you get enough of them. What does it do? Pretty simple. It leads to a score.
First down at the 33. Looking long. Got a flag.
Pass interference. Defense. Automatic first down.
Good job by the offense getting in the red zone. Now you're down some points. You got to find a way to score a touchdown.
Let's see what they do on first down following that huge play. C.J. Mosley gets to the quarterback.
Well, this is about as bad as it gets for a quarterback in a situation like this. You're near the goal line, and they give you a chance to throw the football, and you take a sack. Oh, my gosh. I wouldn't want to be him in that film session tomorrow.
And Webb nearly picks off that throw.
I love situations like this. This is a big play in the game. This really can decide who's going to win or who's going to lose.
3rd and goal from the 8. Did not get both feet down. That play is going to be challenged. There's no question he caught the ball, but there is a question whether or not he got both feet in bounds.
Well, first off, you want to make sure it's a clean catch on the sidelines. Does he have possession of the football? And then once you declare he has possession of the football, let's look down at both feet, see if they're in bounds, and don't forget, you must maintain possession of the football as you go to the ground.
Well, that's going to pay off now. That challenge was very timely indeed.
Yeah, it was. I think the coach even saw the results on the field himself. That's why he challenged. Good job. He wins.
Cowboys in for the score.
That time on 4th and goal, the offense goes for it. The defense is all excited. They want to try to stop them, and they make bad mistakes and give up the touchdown.